Hello, Exploring Computer Science class, and welcome to our HTML tutorial video. We're, over the next few weeks, going to learn some HTML and some CSS, and your final project for this class is going to be working with your group, that is, if your group is still intact, to create a website from scratch, not from a template or anything, but actually from scratch that actually represents your business. So they're not going to be great, but you can actually make them great if you want. So whenever I use coding, I use this website, REPL.it. So REPL for information technology. It's an open source coding website for beginning programmers. It's a very helpful tool. I love it. I like it. It's easy to share your code with me. You can work on your coding from anywhere in the world, anywhere that has internet. You can code right here on the website. You don't have to save any files or take them with you. So it's a wonderful tool. So if you go to Replit, this is their homepage, and you are going to you can sign up. I would recommend you actually log in, because when you click log in, even if you've never been here before, you can log in with Google. So just log in with your Google email. And I'm logged into Google already, so there's my homepage. Your homepage is going to look incredibly different from this because you're brand new. So, but you still are going to have this big blue button up here with the plus sign right there. So click there, and it's going to create a new REPL. I have HTML, CSS, JavaScript right here. You're not going to have it right here. You're going to have to scroll down. This is the list of all the computer programming languages. Look how many they have. Some of these I've never even heard of. So you find HTML, CSS, JavaScript there. In a future video, I'll talk to you about what CSS and JavaScript are, but today we're just going to do HTML. And then for the name over here, I want you to write your name and something like HTML prac for practice. It's very important as we do this coding together that you title these files with your name and what it is. That will help me grade them and grade them well. Also very important is that you start a new REPL for every assignment. Do not save over your old assignment, because then if I don't grade it, if I get behind in grading or I lose it in my inbox, then I can't find it and you're going to have to redo it. So make sure you start a new file per assignment. So the name should be your name and HTML prac for practice, or practicum, I guess we could call it. And then we click Create REPL, and it will take us to our very own Integrated Developers Environment. Also stands for IDE. An IDE is a computer program that helps you make computer programs. That's all it is. So we have it here. Notice it color codes it for us. Most IDEs color code things for us nowadays, and it's very helpful. You'll understand why here in a minute. They have helped us though for what we're doing today. So you're going to want to do yourself a favor and delete everything between the HTML and the end HTML tags. So start right here. Start with that right there. Line 1 is just declaring a doc type. It's not really all that important, but it's there. Leave it there. And then line 2 is basically saying what follows this, it should be read as HTML. So let me talk about HTML. HTML stands for hypertext macro or markup, language. Meaning that HTML exists only to mark up text. That's all it does, is it marks up hypertext. It makes text hyper and makes it look prettier than it otherwise would. And so HTML is really a dumbed down word processor. Really, that's what the language is. We're going to do the same things here that you guys would do in Google Docs at the beginning of this semester, or in Microsoft Word. It's really just a dumbed down version of that. It's there to mark up language and make it look prettier. That's what it is for. JavaScript and CSS are something different, but we'll get into that later. So that's what this is. It's just there to make text look pretty. And how it does that, and this is very similar to Microsoft Word or Google Docs, is you tell it when to start doing something, and then you have to tell it when to stop doing that thing. So every single tag, these are called tags, should also have an ending tag. Now, with that said, not every single tag has an ending tag, but most tags need an ending tag. So any tag that begins with a / says to the computer program, stop doing this. And then anything that doesn't have one says start doing this. So right here in line 2, we have said start reading the code as HTML. Then in line 4, we have said stop reading the code as HTML, and whatever comes next would be another language. So that is what that is. These are called tags. They tag off the language. So let me talk about some tags you're going to have in every single HTML file. The first is your head tag. The head tag is just your heading. It's just whatever the HTML program needs to know that's not going to be in the body. Usually you have some link files in the head tag. If you haven't deleted the links yet or the other head tag that they auto-populated for you, you'll see that there. One of the important things that comes in the head tag is a title tag. The title tag indicates whatever goes right up here. Whatever goes in the tab, that's what the title tag puts there. So I'm going to title my website, My Awesome Website. And then I'm going to say stop title. So start reading this as the title. Stop reading this as the title. Remember, every start tag needs a stop tag. So that's our head. And then we need to stop the head. So now stop reading things as if they're the head. And we're going to create under the head, if we have a head, we got to have a body, right? By the way, your HTML websites need only have one head and one body. Just like you have one head and one body, and that's a good thing, your website should have one head and one body, and that also would be a good thing. So then we have a body tag. Between the two, we can also put heading tags. Heading tags are different than head tags. Heading tags are pre-saved, pre-formatted with the language headings. So right here, I'm going to say my heading 1 and end that. If you're following along, you could do the same. And then I'm going to show you what heading 2 looks like. There's 6 of them that come pre-saved, pre-formatted, pre-saved. And when I hit play, you'll see down here heading 2 is smaller than heading 1, and they keep getting smaller, smaller, smaller. Heading 6 is only a little bit bigger than body. Then with body, I'm going to write hello world. It's a tradition in computer programming that when you're learning any new programming language, the first program you program is what's called a hello world program. You're getting the program to say hello world. You're getting it to say, hi, I'm here, I exist now. So now if I hit play, you'll see hello world is down here in the body with the small Times New Roman 12-point font. So set your body tag and your heading tags. Really fun. The main thing is if you turn something on, turn it off. That's the main thing. So now that we've established that, we have a body, we have 2 headings and a body that says hello world. Let me teach you about attributes. Tags come with what's called attributes. Attributes are not tags, but they go inside the tag and they change the way the computer program interprets the tag. So right now, an attribute would be anything that we want to define the body. So right now, we are going to say style equals, and now we've created a style attribute, meaning that we want our body to have a particular style. We want it to wear certain clothes. We want it to look a certain way. So that's called the style attribute to the body tag. And we're going to give it a background color. And you have to put a colon there because we've actually changed languages to CSS, but I'll talk more about that next week. And I'm going to make my background color yellow. So now when I play my program, it's yellow. See that? Isn't that cool? So notice if any attribute applied to the body gets applied to the entire page. Now if we go up to heading 1 and we give it an attribute style and give it a background color, I forgot to put it in quotation marks. By the way, very important that you put in quotation marks. And I'm going to make that red. I accidentally did double quotation marks here. Maybe the IDE did that. Heading 1 will be red. Red highlight, but everything else will still be yellow. Do you guys see how that worked? So kind of cool. Another tag that is fun to know is font tag, where we tell it to start doing the font a certain way. So here we're going to say font, and then we're going to say color. Font color equals black or blue looks good on yellow background. So then we're going to make the font color blue. And there you go. Right down here, hello world is blue. So that's another wonderful tag, another wonderful attribute. Color is the attribute, font is the tag. Makes our headings blue. So those are some things you could do, and that's how HTML works. It starts things and then it stops things. So let's say down here we want to say goodbye world. but we don't want that to be blue. Right now it's going to be blue. And notice that it's on the same line. That's because most computer programs don't recognize when we've started a new line. So then we have to use another tag called a break. So this is called a break tag, and it breaks the row. That will bump goodbye world down there. And then we can also turn off the font color equals blue, and now it will go back to black. So the BR is a tag. You don't need an ending tag. It just means break. It just means break it and bump whatever's after this down to another line. So it's like hitting enter on your keyboard. So that tag bumps it down to the next line. Next, let me show you how to do images and embed YouTube videos. So it's pretty easy. So now for images, we use what's called an image tag. And then we just have to tell if the image is on the internet, we just need to tell it where to find it. And so we put in a source attribute, src, and that's going to equal wherever the image is saved on the internet. So we have to go find the image address. So right here I have a picture of Batman. If I right click, I want to copy the image address. I'll leave that there for a couple seconds because that is the one you want. You do not want this. You definitely don't want this up here. You want copy image address. So I just copied it. Now back in my program, I will paste it. And when I play, I'll have a picture of Batman. Notice it's massive. Notice it's a really big picture of cartoon Batman there. So let me show you how to fix that. Pretty easy. There's other attributes for the image tag. One is width equals, and I could say I want it to equal 300 pixels. This is how many pixels I'm telling it to equal. Another attribute then would be height. And we want it to stay somewhat proportionate. So we'll just say the height's going to be 250 because it's a rectangular picture. So now when I play it and scroll up, Batman's much smaller. Notice he's still on the line with goodbye world. So after goodbye world, I can throw in a break tag and break him down to the next line. And there he is. So that's how you do an image. Really easy. Image is the tag, and then it has a source attribute. That has to be the image's actual address. It can't be the website you found the image on. It has to be the actual place where the picture saved. And it's usually going to end with a .jpeg or .gif or something else picture file. And then width and height are two more attributes. I didn't close the tag. Shame on me. Always remember to close your tags there. You do not need a closing image tag for images because there's just a one and done thing. Next, let me teach you how to do a YouTube video. It's also extremely easy. Now here I have the 1966 Batman clip. It's a really fun clip if you guys want to watch it. All I do is I click share. So once again, I click share and then I click embed. And then it will give me the entire tag that will embed that video on my page. You guys see that here? That's all I need. I don't need to type anything. I just need to copy it, come over here and paste it. And now when I play, that clip will appear underneath it right there. You guys see that? So right there is the video. Easy to do, just embed and then click it. What this tag does is it creates a web page within a web page. The iframe tag creates a web page within a web page. So we have created a web page within our web page. The source is the YouTube video. This stuff are just all crazy, fun little attributes, things you can do to control how the video is played. You have your width and your height, so I can stretch the video if I want, and then end the iframe. That's how I do a Bat movie. So those are some tags to get you going. I'm going to introduce you to some more next week, and we'll get into a little bit of CSS. That's a little bit of HTML. Few more things you need to know before this video is over. One is to share this file with me. You click this guy right here. I'll leave him there. You see him? I'll click him. And then you email me this link. So when you click this link, you can copy it and then go to your email and just email it to me like you do your other assignments. And I'll be able to open it and look at it and make sure you did everything right. That'll be worth some participation points. Your other assignment this week is to explore and find some other HTML tags. How you do that is just Google HTML tags and the web will give you hundreds of them, and they'll tell you what they do, and if you're not sure, you can play around with them. That's going to be your other individual assignment for the week. If you have any questions, ask me. Have a great day.